If you're coming to London and thinking, should I do one of those afternoon tea bus tours? Is it worth it, or is it just one of those tourist traps? Stop overthinking, because in the next few minutes, I'm sharing my honest review, expert tips, and whether this thing is actually worth squeezing into your London itinerary. And spoiler, it's not what I expected. Let's get into details, because this isn't your average hop-on, hop-off bus. It's a 90-minute double-decker bus ride around central London, where you're served full-on afternoon tea. You drive past some of London's biggest sights while enjoying all the scenery that London has to offer, while trying not to spill your drink. We'll get into that later. Let's start with the meeting spot, which is Victoria Coach Station. As soon as you get to the station, look for the TV screen that says Brigitte's Bakery Afternoon Tea Bus Tour. There will be a person there to check your tickets and check you in. Now, I booked this experience through Get Your Guide, and my tickets were right on the app, so I just showed them my booking and we sat down and waited until we were let onto the bus. The inside of the bus was super cute and had that old school vibe, but one of the things you should know before you book this tour is that they didn't let us choose our table. They already had it assigned for us. We got lucky and sat up top, which I will say has the better view of the city. I'm not sure whether or not you can put in a request for a specific level before your tour, but it would be helpful to know ahead of time. One of the really cool things about this tour is that you're riding on a vintage London double-decker, which you typically won't get to do unless you're doing a tour like this. On the downside, it does shake a lot more than a newer bus, which can be kind of tricky if you're trying to eat and drink on it. But all the tables did have cup holders, which did the trick in terms of preventing spilling, as long as you kept your cover on the cups. Now let's talk about the food. Like I mentioned before, they give you the choice of either tea or coffee as soon as the bus gets moving, and they give you these really cute cups from Brigitte's Bakery that you get to take home with you as a souvenir. The assortment of sandwiches and pastries are already on the table as soon as you get in. They do cater to people who are vegetarian, pescatarian, halal, vegan, and gluten-free. However, keep in mind that it's not recommended for celiacs due to cross-contamination or people with nut allergies. I will say that I really enjoyed getting to eat and drink while passing through the city of London. There was also music in the background, and the guide would give you some fun and historical facts about the city as well. Now, as someone who's had afternoon tea in many places around London, my honest opinion is that the food was good, but not the best I've ever had. So if you're expecting to have the most delicious English scones you've ever had in your life, I recommend going to a fancy hotel instead. Now, here are some things you definitely need to know before you do this tour. There are no bathrooms on board, and they don't stop during the tour, so make sure you go before you get on the bus. Only foldable wheelchairs are allowed on board, and you need to notify them beforehand if you need assistance. And buses always run on schedule, so if you're late, they will leave without you. So my overall opinion of the tour is that it's a unique way to see London for first-timers, friend groups, or someone looking for a fun afternoon tea experience. However, if you want traditional afternoon tea with zero movement, or you want to have some really high-quality food, this probably isn't for you. Honestly, I had a really fun time. Did I think it was worth the $80? I'm glad I did it once, but we'll probably try a different experience next time. London has a ton of different and fun ways that you can experience afternoon tea, like on a boat on the River Thames or an ABBA-themed afternoon tea bus, so I'll also link those in the description. And if you're planning your trip to London, don't stop here, and make sure to watch this video next.